This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, this is Naveen and welcome back to Naveen Auto. So, a quick video on how to handle jQuery dropdown or any any kind of dropdown which is not having select tag over there. Just like we have, React dropdowns are there, or AngularJS dropdown, or maybe we can have jQuery dropdowns. So I have picked one very good example. It's really complex. jQuery dropdown. So I'll show you the demo first. See, this is the demo. This is a drop down. A sample drop down is available. And what you have to do that this is a multi-selection drop down. And first of all, the problem is it's not a select tag, and it's not that easy that you cannot use select class over here and then select by visible text or something. You can see that, okay, first of all, this is the input tag that you have to click on it. And then when you click on it, then another list is getting opened over here. And this entire list is available under this particular UL tag, and then they are having multiple LIs over here. And under this particular LI, you go to its first span, and then input checkbox is there, and then the choice one text is written like that. But you will never see that, okay, any select and option combinations, okay, available over here. It means there is no select tag, there is no option tag is available, that we have already seen in the previous video, in the previous example. So how to handle such kind of scenarios? So to handle these kind of scenarios, guys, first let's see, I'm landing on this particular page, and then I have to click on this particular drop down over here, right? And then when I click on it, then I have to collect all these guys, and then I have to write a very good generic function out of it. And it's a very famous interview question also. So what we have to do, let's see, I'm going to select choice one, then I'm going to select choice two like this. Then under choice two, we have sub child tags are available, child elements are available, choice 2, 2, 1, 2, 3 like that. Then we have, you can see choice 6, then choice 6, 1, then 6, 2. Then under that we have one more child is available like this, 6, 2, 1, 2, 2, and 2, 3. And the last choice is choice 7. So I have to write a function, or I have to write a generic code or generic utility in such a way that, okay, if a user is passing only one choice, okay, user able to, okay, select only one choice. If someone is passing, okay, multiple choices, user should be able to select multiple choices. If someone is saying, okay, hey, I want to select all the choices, then user should be able to select all the choices. So how to handle such kind of scenarios, which is very common for interview point of view, and it's very very important, for when you work on a real-time projects. See guys, you have to understand one thing, that whenever you're designing something with respect to Selenium. So learning Selenium is not about writing a main method or simple writing a basic script over there in Python also. And then simple, yeah, this is a select class and select by visible text or select by text or select by value. And my work is done and I know Selenium. No, you have to create generic utilities. You have to create functions. You have to create some common generic utilities functions on top of Selenium WebDriver APIs, so that those functions can be distributed among your team members and then you can use it. That is the main purpose of it. So when you get the hold of all those things, then only you can learn Selenium properly. Okay, perfect. So without wasting our time, I'm going to create a new class over here. So my class name is, let's see, my file over here, sorry about that. My file name is, I'm going to give, let's see, jQuery drop down. Okay, like this. And I'll do one thing, that I'll just quickly copy paste a couple of things from here, because I don't want to write those imports again and again. So let's copy paste over here. And then I'm going to use this particular URL, and then done. Perfect. Okay. So I'm launching Google Chrome, and then implicitly wait and driver.get, like that I'm using it. Now what I'm going to do, that after that, first let me land on this particular page. You have to click on this particular drop down. See, you have to click on it, then only the drop down list will be opened. So what we have to do, we have to inspect this guy, and you can see that ID is equal to this. ID is available over here. So I simply say that, okay, first driver dot find element by dot ID, and then this is the ID, and then you simply do a dot click over here. Okay, then I'll do one thing, that after this, let's say I'll put some time dot sleep for 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Okay, let it be like this for the safer side. Later on you can write some proper generic weight or something like this, or in the form of WebDriver weight you can use it. Okay, Now, you simply click on it, then what will happen? What I have to do that, if you notice one thing, that all these choices is having this li, and under this particular ul tag is available over here. Okay, so under this particular ul tag you have this li, and you open this li, you open this span, and this particular span is having input and choice 1. So my target is that first I'll collect all these spans, and then I'll check their text. If the text is matched, then I simply click on it, and the text is choice 1, choice 2, like that. So this span is having this particular class. So I'll do one thing. I'll simply create one CSS selector that, okay, this is my span dot class name. So right now it's giving you around one of 45 elements are available. So you can see that, okay, this is my first element, second, third, four, five, six, seven. Okay, something like this. All these elements are available. So after 15th element, some other elements are available in some other drop down, and which are having the exact same property. So let it be like this. See, it's still identifying, but properties are choice 2, 3 in some other drop down. Still we have some other drop down. So I'm not bothered about after 15. So let's see like this. Again, we'll start from 1 once again. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. So I'll take this particular collection, and then I'll create my driver dot find elements over here. So how to create that? I simply say that, okay, driver dot find elements, and by dot what we have used, by dot css selector, and this is my css selector. And this driver dot find elements, I will give you a list of web elements. So what I'll do, I'll store in a particular list variable. Let's see, I'm going to create one simple variable over here. Let's see, this is my drop down underscore list is equal to this. Perfect. Okay, then what I'm going to do, I simply write one for loop over here. So I simply write one for loop which is saying that, okay, all these elements in this particular where in this particular drop list, and then you print the value element dot, okay, element dot text. Okay, simple print the value of element dot text. When you print it, so let's see it is working or not till here. So let's run it, and let's see. So first it should open the particular drop down. It's not opening. Okay, it's a process exists. Okay, I'll do one thing. After launching this, let's wait for 2 seconds. Okay, and then let's run it again. Meanwhile, let me close this previous one. Okay, now see the drop down is getting open, and after that it's saying, can you see that it's printing all the values? See, can you see that choice 1, choice 2, 2, 1, 2, 3 up to choice 7 it's printing. After that, after choice 7 we have some blank text, so it's printing blank, so we are not bothered about those blank text. Now so it's so simple, right? I have collected the list, and I'm writing a for loop element in this, and then print for each element, give me the text of, okay, text, and then print it on the console. Now what I'm going to do that, okay, I'll create one text over here that, okay, this or I'll write one if condition over here that if whatever the element dot text that you are getting it, if it is equal to any of the choice. Let's say I want to select choice number 2. Okay, so if it is equal to choice number 2, then what do you want? With the same element, you simply do a dot click. That's it. And then when you click on it and you break the loop, that is what I want. It means you, when you match with the choice 2, the text is equal to choice 2. This is my what expected result. This is my actual result. When both are matched, you simply click on it and then break the loop. So let's see, this time it's selecting choice number 2 or not. So let me just close the previous one, and let's see, it's selecting choice number 2. Perfect. Awesome. Now I'll do one thing. Instead of this 3, I'll just give you, I might just give 2 seconds over here. That's fine. Okay, now can I write a generic function? That means, let's see, okay, let's try with some other choices also. Let's say I'll try with choice 623 over here. So I simply say that, okay, choice number 6 space 2 space 3, and then run it, and let's see, this time it should select choice 623. Doesn't matter, it's a parent tag or child tag available over there under one parent. That doesn't matter, it should select choice 623. So let's see, awesome, it's selecting choice number 623, absolutely working fine. Perfect. So likewise, single selection right now, it's perfectly fine. Okay. Now, but the problem is that what if I want to select different values, right? I want to select multiple values. I want to select different values. So in that case, again, you have to write one more for loop or if condition you have to write. So better I'll just write this particular code in a particular function. So what I'm going to do that I'm going to create a function over here. So let's come over here and my function name is, let's see, select underscore values, right? Like this will be a function. I'm going to create that. And this function says that, okay, you give me the options list, whatever the, options list that you are creating, or drop down list, whatever the name you want to give, and which value you want to select, you tell me, I will select for you, right? And then I'll do one thing, that this entire logic that what we have written, I just copy and first of all commit it from here, and then I'll paste it over here, right? And then I'm going to call this particular method that, okay, hey, this is a method, select values. What is the list? This is my drop list, and which value you want to select. So let's see, I want to select choice number 2. Fine. So I'm first drop list is already created, and choice number 2 will be given to this particular value, and the same value will be given to this guy for the matching point of view, so that I have removed the hard-coded value from here. Simple. And then when it is matched, then you click on it and break the loop. Okay. Now let's see. So let's run it, and let's see, choice, whatever choice 2 should be selected from the drop down value. So it's opening this, and let me close this. See, choice number 2, perfect. Now same thing, what if I want to select multiple values now, right? So can I, oh, sorry, I just okay, I think it's already there. One second, guys. Yeah, right. So what if I want to select multiple choices from here? So how to do that? So it means I'll call this particular method 2 times. Let's say I want to select choice number 2 and choice number 3, right? And I want to select one more choice, that, okay, choice number 6 to 1. 3 choices. It means 3 times I have to call the same method. So let's run it. So let's see. So see, it's selecting multi-selection, right? You can see choice number 2, choice number 3, and 6 to 1. Perfect. This is also working fine. But think about it, guys, that what if tomorrow you want to select 7 to 8 different values from the same drop down, right? In the manual testing also, how will you write it? Okay, select single value, select 5 values, select 10 values, like that. So what if you want to select 10 different values from this particular drop down? Then it's a tedious job, right? Again and again, you have to call the same method. So we have to write a method to solve this particular problem. We have to write a method in such a way that, okay, I will give you a list of values, okay, or array of values. Then you iterate out of this particular array or list, and then you select the respective values. No need to call the method again and again, right? So how to do that? So for doing this, what I'm going to do that, okay, first of all that, okay, I'll not going to call like this. So let me just comment it out. Now see it carefully. I simply say that, okay, hey, this value will behave like a list. List means where number of values are available, comma separated values I have to pass. When the same value will be given to this guy, first of all, element in drop down list. This is my outer loop. And then I'll print the text over here. And then what I'm going to do that, okay, I'll create one more for loop over here. So this value will behave like a list now, right? So we will pass the value as a list. So this value will behave like a list. So how will you iterate a list in Python? Simple. Let's say I'm going to write one more for loop for k in. So if you remember that I have already covered in Python, you have to use a range function. Range of what? The length of value, that particular list over here. Okay. Then I say that, okay, if your element dot text is equal to what? It is equal to value of k. Just like we have in Java, right? We have a static array, same thing. Like that, if element dot text is equal to value of k, then what do you want? Then you simple do element dot click, and then you break the loop. Simple. And now this logic we don't want, correct? So this is logic that I have written. Now how will you pass a list? So for passing the list, what I'm going to do that This is my drop list that I have already created, and I'm going to create a list over here. So how will you create? So let's see, if I say that, let's see, this is my values underscore list. These are the options I want to pass. So I simply say that, okay, select choice number 2, comma, like this, choice number 3, okay, in single quote, comma, and sorry, there is no bracket, okay, and then let's see, I want to select choice number 6 space 2 space 1, like that, in single quote, okay, like this. So this will behave like a list over here. This is my 0th value, this is my first value, and this is my second value, like that we have to pass. Now the same value list I'm going to call, okay, this method, and I'll pass this particular value list over here. So what will happen? The select value method will be called, it will come over here. Now this value will behave like a list now because we are passing a list. Simple. When we pass the list element in drop down, okay, up to drop down list, right, and element dot text, and then for this particular list I'm going to create one more for loop, inner loop. If element dot text which is equal to value of k, it means if it is equal to choice number 2, my first choice is what? My choice 2. My first choice is what? Choice 1, according to this particular drop down list, right? This is a drop down list. Choice 1 is equal to choice 2. No, there is no match. So no need to, the fifth condition will not be satisfied. The moment it sees choice number 2, yeah, now this is matched with value of 0, because for the single value choice number 1, this entire for loop will work, right guys? This is a mechanism of outer loop and the inner loop. And then when it is matched, you break inner loop and then again increase the value of outer loop. It means now it will go to choice number 2 and again it will check, like that. Okay, so like this, with this particular logic, we can simply write, okay, we can write a logic to handle multiple choices. So now let's say I'm passing multiple choices and then value list I'm passing over here. Let's see it is running or not, it's working or not. Let's see. See, absolutely working fine. Choice number 2, 3, and 6 to 1. See, 2, 3, and 6 to 1, I'm passing, right? So now you don't need to call this particular method 3 times for 3 values. If tomorrow you have more values, you can write comma separated values and you can simply do that. But one thing you need to remember that, okay, what if my value list is having only one single value? That is also possible, right? It should not break your existing logic. It means it should not, it should work for the single selection also and for multi selection. So let's see, it is working for a single selection once again. So what if there is a use case that, okay, hey, I want to select only single selection. So this time it should select only choice number 2. See, choice number 2 got selected. So which is absolutely working fine for choice number 2. So multi-selection also working fine. Single selection is also working fine. But one thing is still missing, guys, right? So 3 use cases are there: single selection, multi-selection, and what if there is a use case you have to select all these values? Then what will you do? With the same generic function that you have written, see, such a nice function that we have written. How will you do that, right? So for doing this, what I'm going to do, think about it. This is a very important interview question, and this is the way you have to solve at the time of interview to create a generic function. This is the level of expertise people are expecting from you guys. Okay, and this is the kind of method that you have to give it to the team as well. Okay, so that people can use this particular method in their test case, and they can call this particular method whenever they want single selection, multi selection, and one more thing, the all selection. So in that case, what I'm going to do that, okay, I'm going to create one value list like that. Okay, and I say that, okay, hey, if someone is giving me all, right guys, if someone is giving me all, it means all means select all the values. So I'll assume that, okay, someone is asking for all selection. So this particular all value list, okay, will be given to this guy. Now here I'll just put a one if condition over here that if, right, I'll put one if condition that if the value of 0th location is equal to all, right guys? And then I'll put one proper indentation, just shift it over here. Otherwise, see, Python is very strict about it. So I say that, okay, if value like this, 0 is equal to all, then select all the values. But this is not the logic for selecting all the values. So what I'm going to do, I'll come inside the else over here. I come inside the else part over here. Then I say that, okay, I'll start a for loop, and for element in which list? This option list. It means now you simple select all the values without putting any condition. Then I simple say that, okay, for all the element you simple do a dot click, and that's it. If you are passing all, right? So if you're passing all, so what will happen? It will come over here, value is equal to all. So condition is satisfied. Now you must be thinking, if condition is satisfied, this logic will work. So how will you do that? I don't want to execute this particular logic. So what I'm going to do, I'll put a not over here. So guys, in Java, we have not like this, but here we have to write not like this, right? If means if the condition is satisfied true, this not will make it false. So it will directly come inside the else part, and then it will print for in this and select all the values one by one. Okay, now let's see, it is working. I'm passing all this time, and let's see, it should select all the values from the drop down. Awesome, right? Can you see that? It selected all the values from the drop down. Okay, so moment it all the values got selected, but still you see it's giving an exception that, okay, element is, I mean, element not interactable exception, element not interactable. Why? Because the count we are getting 45, and right now in this particular drop down we have only 15 elements. See, the choice 7 is the 15th element or 16th or whatever. See, choice 7 is the 15th element, but from 16 to 45, obviously those elements we cannot interact. So that's why it will give you an exception over here. So we have to handle this exception. So same thing, just like in Java we have try catch block. You can write something like this, a try block over here like that, try. Okay, and now you have to do an indentation. Okay, put a space, tab space. Then instead of catch, here we write accept. We have to accept the exception, just like catch block. And then I'm going to create exception one alias as E. You can write it, and then I simple write print if any exception is coming like that, but it will bypass the exception over there. Okay, so let's see it is working or not. Python is interesting, guys, no doubt about it, and very small amount of code you can write as compared to Java. Now see, it's selecting all the values, and if any exception is coming, if you really want to print something, you can print it. The same E means he will hold that particular exception. It's saying, okay, yeah, some message over here, element not interactable. Okay, just like we have E dot print stack trace, something like this, or E dot get message, print, okay, get message, same thing we have, element not interactable, that's fine. But it's not throwing any exception right now. These are the logs. Okay, perfect. So like this, we can handle some try catch block. So what we have written, a simple function we have written like this, and we are just calling it from here. Now, this logic should not be disturbed. Now I'll check my code. I'll have to do some testing for my code. Again, I'll check with the single selection it's working or not. Now let's see, this time I'm passing choice number 7, which is the last value, but single selection. So let's see. Okay, it should select choice number 7. Perfect, awesome, it's working fine. Right, guys? See, choice number 7 got selected without any problem. Now let's see the multi-selection is working or not. So I'll just uncomment this guy and then comment it out. This one. It means multi-selection also should not get disturbed. Whatever the logic that we have written, it should satisfy all the three conditions: single selection, multi-selection, and all selection. Now, whatever the values that we are passing, it should select choice 2, 3, and 6 to 1. Perfect. This is also working fine. Awesome. And choice all we have already tested. So likewise, when we write some test cases, let's say in Py, okay, PyTest or something, that's like we use JUnit and TestNG. That time, okay, you can pass different choices over there and you can assert accordingly. Okay, so this is the main purpose of, okay, showing you so that how can you create a generic function like that. And this is the way, guys, you have to learn Selenium. Frankly speaking, if most of the people, they just teach you Selenium just like a main method, and then okay, right, this is the select method, and this is a select class, select by visible, select by text, and then done. No, anyone can do that. Any Tom, Dick, Harry, or any 10th class student, okay, can do those things. You have to learn proper generic functions. Then only you can learn Selenium properly. Then only you can crack the interviews. Then only you can perform well in your projects. Then only you can create the utilities, libraries, generic functions, and the wrappers. Okay. Otherwise, there is no use of that. Otherwise, anyone can learn Selenium within 2 days, but you have to get that level of expertise. How can you create a function out of it? Okay, like that. Thank you so much for watching this particular video. If you have any other example like that, please practice like this. Try to create generic functions. Let me know if you have any issues. Please subscribe to the channel and share with others. Thank you so much, guys.